you watched?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
He's very good. My buddy Tom, Doc Reinhardt, he's very good. I'm actually happy to say that I played with him last night. We did a gig for a car show in one of the towns that are by us, and we made about $25 in tip. That's it. But
that was so. The tip was get off the stage.
Well, the stage was the concrete. I'm like, well, where do you want us to go on the sidewalk?
Better than nothing.
No, I got this shirt from when I went over to Third Man Records, which is actually like right next to the Christian Rescue Ministry in Nashville. So it's like right in the ghetto, which is the perfect place for someone from Detroit. So I thought that was great. And then I found this CD. It was the Ann Arbor Jazz or Blues Festival, like greatest hits. And it's just some dude literally with a microphone just recording the entire thing. And like you hear him talking, like asking for a joint, coughing. It's like it is the worst. It is the worst recording audio ever for a blues festival, but it is awesome because like Howlin' Wolf goes on there for like 20 minutes on a song just straight.
Just some MCs are just better than others.
All right, we're live on YouTube right now. What?
I was gonna say, good to see you, James. Good to see you, Greg. Wayne. Yeah.
Thanks for showing up. All right, we're live on YouTube right now. Intro's coming on. So we'll be right back after the intro.
Which I'm not in yet.
Real nice. Boom. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Al Ravager's in the intro, Iron Mask, but no Lou Mavs.
I'm working on it, all right? I actually sat at work the other day and because I had nothing to do, because there was nothing to do there. And I started working on some clips and I found some really cool ones with you in them, Lou. So
yeah, that's great. Eat me, Yertle. Anyways, let's continue.
You dick. What is so funny, James?
I'm just enjoying life. Okay. You know, I think life is so when I think I have that weird neuropathic disease where I just laugh at inappropriate things at all times. I think life is funny, and I just think like some of the most tragic stuff is funny, which is terrible.
That's a good way to cope in life. It's fine.
Right.
I'm right along with you there. That's why I always make sure I never watch accident footage with anyone else.
That's terrible.
So if you guys suffer from terminal schadenfreude, I can respect that.
Terminal schadenfreude.
I never used to be like that, but I noticed as I got older, I started to be like that. Like I kind of I'm insensitive, I guess, in a way.
That's called being a curmudgeon, Wayne.
I knew I wasn't gonna like having you on the show. Welcome to Rat Salad Review. Yeah, of course you do, miserable bastard. Yes, welcome to Rat Salad Review. As you can see, we have a guest that's really never on the show too much, but he's usually on his own show, Beyond Bushido. Welcome, James Lilquist.
When we're actually doing our show, and we're hopefully EA's mom starts doing better, and we can actually start getting back to the show, and starting to talk more about more wrestling, because gosh forbid we've got so much now that we need to talk about, but yet we can't. Oh, yeah. So we're waiting. We're taking our long vacation, and we're doing the whole how can you miss us if we don't go away? So there's our go away heat.
There is a lot of stuff going on in the wrestling world right now.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
For example, Zack Ryder is the GCW champion and Nick Gage is not.
Thank God. And he's banned by Domino's.
This is true. No, Greg, context. A deathmatch wrestler was on TNT, used a pizza cutter in a match, and then they went to commercial break, and the first commercial was Domino's.
Cutting a slice of pizza with a pizza cutter.
Yes, cutting a piece of pizza with a pizza cutter.
And
right
in this case,
this
case, that pizza was Chris Jericho.
Which is he's about as big as a pizza at the moment. He's ate a couple of them.
Pizza the Hut lives. His name is Chris Jericho. Well, who am I to fat shame? Look at this. Oh, geez.
On that note, welcome, Chris Jericho.
We will not
Well,
be. We will not be doing
it's-
Judas tonight or Painkiller. Thank you.
We're on the list.
It's not a whore off, but it is entertaining.
Whore off.
Whore off.
What's some other wrestling stuff going on, James? Like what's
So
that's
my
caught your
biggest thing
attention?
right now is this little small promotion in Japan called GLEAT, and they have brought back the UWF rules with Tamura as the head figurehead, and they're pretty much doing UWFI shoot style pro wrestling in Japan, and it's new, and it's same thing as Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, but in Japan, and I'm here for the violence. Friggin' they got Fujita out there beating the shit out of 25-year-olds. I'm like, cool.
I must watch.
Yes, it is on, and it is free on YouTube. If you do go there, it is free. The shows are free, and it's more entertaining than some of the other stuff you could see on free TV or on basic cable.
Yeah.
I wish Foxy Boxing was still on. That was a good show.
I'd never heard of that.
You have heard of
Fu-
Lingerie Football League, have you?
You're damn right. That's Legends Football League now, sir. That is the Legends Football League, and don't you forget it. They play
Well-
serious football. You're there to watch the football.
Well, one of them is in AEW now. Oh, I forgot her name.
She's in NWA. That's Camille.
Camille, yeah, but I think didn't she sign with AEW? I think she's
No, she's still
Or-
at the NWA because
Oh, okay.
that's where her
That's cool.
boyfriend's at. So.
Shit, what was I just gonna say? Fuck, it was wrestling related. You distracted me.
I do that. We do that.
I know what you're
very
about
well
to
on
say.
Beyond
You
Bushido.
subscribe to Sonny's
no.
OnlyFans account.
Yeah, no. The Heels TV show
Sorry,
Oh,
James.
yeah.
on Stars.
Oh.
Anybody seen the first episode yet?
I have not watched it yet, only because I don't watch TV other
I
than
don't either,
wrestling.
I don't
So-
either, but I find that show something I want to watch.
Isn't that like produced by Cody Rhodes? Because I know it has Scott, the
Oh.
guy from Arrow in it,
Yeah,
who's a huge wrestling fan.
Steve Arnell, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think Luke Hawks is I think he's doing stunt coordination on it. By the way, sorry, I just have to switch gears. Love the UFO Strangers of the Night shirt, Greg. Fucking A.
Oh, thanks. Fuck yeah.
Back to the Stars Heel show.
But yeah, I haven't watched it yet. So I just wonder if anybody else did. Stevie Richards was actually on that show. Not like he's a stunt double, so he's not actually performing on the show, but he's in there.
Always need more Stevie Richards. He was I still am like, he's always been a fan of him since he beat the shit out of JBL for beating up Blue Meanie when he
Yeah.
beat the unholy but Jesus out of him.
Yes, he did. And
On a good note, though, our friend Demetrius Papadon did have his first match in AEW.
Yes, he was on Dark. And
on what?
also
Yeah.
shouts out to Gleason's gym. Masha Slamovich just did her first match on AEW Dark last night. Actually, it was her first match. So
Cool.
Masha, who's Billy Walker, who trained EA, she was on that show. So big ups for that. Big ups for Johnny Rods.
Very cool. Well, to hear some more wrestling talk, please help EA out and help his mother out, and go to our GoFundMe that we have for his mother, and please donate anything that you can, a dollar. I don't care, just anything, just to help, and anything to get her. She needs a nursing aid and all this handicap accessible stuff put in her apartment and everything. So anything you can afford to donate will be great, and the faster we can get her back and get her help and everything, the faster EA and JL can get their show back on, right?
Absolutely.
And
That's
just
right.
wanted to throw out next week, we're actually going to have former TNA Impact Wrestling superstar Goldilocks on the show, who had her own pilot show on TLC recently. And in the same week, I'm actually going to be interviewing the ultraviolent beast himself, Masada of Big Japan Wrestling and CZW Wrestling. Like, the man that brought skewers to Deathmatch Wrestling. I will be interviewing him next Tuesday, which is not going to be live, but, because I'm going to have to edit it. But, we're bringing you wrestling, okay? And
So-
wrestling and metal mix.
Yes, it does.
It
So
does.
Masada was really funny for the one thing. I was watching a Wrestle Circus show, and he was on the next match. So like they literally had Space Monkey take all the kids out out of the arena for the Masada match because it was an all ages show, but that part wasn't all ages.
No, you can't get all ages with Masada, and that's why we love him. And I'm really excited to have him because we're going to talk metal, we're going to talk wrestling, and we're going to talk his own company, Exiled Artifacts, where he creates, well, handmade jewelry and weapons. But I can't promote the last word.
cool.
But yeah,
Why not?
I don't know. I don't want to get demonetized. Oh, that's right. We're not monetized. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're not
Weapons.
So you just want to make sure that no one could go there and ninja somebody who has a name to be ninja. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But,
What he said.
yeah. Also, since you did bring up Goldilocks next week, if anybody does donate and you do want to come on the show, you're free to come on the show and ask Goldilocks anything. She'll take any questions with all, whatever you have. But I'm going to have to limit it to one question because if I have a lot of people, then there's only so much time that we have. But please donate to and you can find the GoFundMe on either Lou's Facebook page or my Facebook page or on the Rats and Review page or whatever. It's everywhere, so you can find
There
it.
is a link to it on my Facebook page, but I think it's been brought down because of everyone's posts. But if you go to my Instagram and click on the link tree, it's the top link. And just so you know, we donated already. So please do not think that we're asking you to donate and we're not putting our money where our mouths are.
Yeah.
We did donate. So, we're not asking
somebody
the people to
accuse us of
donate
not
the amount that
donating?
we did. What?
Did somebody accuse us of not donating?
I'm not. Yes. Whoever's watching, don't accuse us of not donating because we did.
Oh, why would you say that?
Why'd you say that?
I'm just saying I don't want people to donate and say, "Did you guys donate?" Because we did.
He's
But-
taking a preemptive strike.
I guess.
You're
Thank you, Greg.
pre-debate lording it. Yes, absolutely.
Greg understands me. I love this guy.
I don't know.
Awesome dude. But
Wow,
Wow,
anyway,
this is such a love
Right.
fest. I was actually expecting a little bit more hostility there.
No,
since
we
we're-
love
since-
each other here.
Yeah, we do. There's a lot
what
of love going on.
hostility? This isn't Nate meets Harrison Bergeron on Rat Salad Review. There's no hostility here.
I don't get mad that Lou's, half hour late sometimes, almost every week, but that's okay.
It's called. He's on his own time. I know Queens. They have their own time zone out there.
Hey, being
Not
Greek and
Queens
from Queens is a double whammy. Just be glad I'm not 2 hours late.
Next
Hey,
week,
he could
though,
be 2 hours late for all I care, as long as you don't eat a bag of fucking Doritos live on the podcast.
I just drink iced coffee.
Hasn't done that yet.
I don't. I got no comment on that because we will eat everything on my show.
Yes,
We
know.
don't care.
Yeah, sorry,
I
James.
think my most best bit was us eating freaking Greek food in front of Lou's face.
While showing me the Ja Rule Papa Cristo. Oh, funny story, by the way. So I found Papa Cristo on Twitter. So I was just like, what the hell? He's in Cali. I'm in New York. Follow. 5 seconds later, guess who I get a follow from? Papa Christos.
Wow.
He does the 1-for-1 swap. All right. He's there. He's a man of the people.
That's right. With his spanakopita and
Aguma.
yeah,
It's soup,
so
it's good.
So James is eating a piece of baklava in front of me. The other guy was having a piece of he was having Greek yogurt, and I knew this was gonna happen before it happened because James, his tell was a dead giveaway. I said, "How's your gyro, Eric?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" 2 seconds later, he pulls out a gyro.
Oh, okay. So the backstory of that was I was actually eating. I went to one of the local gyro places here in Knoxville because we got 18 million of them, and I just I came to an idea of I saw this video. I was in the gyro place. I was like, Lou.
You just shut your camera off, you dummy.
Yeah, you know.
Wow, Beyond
He's- he-
Bushido is
he's-
live.
Yeah.
He's punctuating his point. Just let
Exactly.
it
A little
go.
too much.
Exactly.
It's
emphasis.
creative.
There's emphasis going on here. All right. We're emphasizing this that I was like, I got it. We're doing this. And then all the other pieces fell into thing. And Lou, being the sweetheart he is, leaves a band practice to see us do this tomfoolery.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I didn't mind getting interrupted at band practice, considering I'm not in that band anymore. So
Let's see. Doesn't matter.
Actually,
now.
if you hear the dogs barking in the back, guess what I'm eating, Lou?
Well,
Alpo grain free.
Yes, definitely grain-free Alpo, exactly. Or maybe I went and got more gyros. So
Well, you said
hopefully
the
without
dogs
the
were
tzatziki,
barking,
there's onion
so-
and garlic in there. That'll kill the pups. You don't wanna do that.
My food has arrived. I know.
you're not
Oh.
gonna
Oh,
Are we
I
bringing
get
back
it now.
live eating to Rat Salad Review? Is that what
Hope
James is
not.
gonna do?
No, we're not. We're just
No, but
Until
that
he
was
has to sit there and smell that
getting
succulent
yelled at.
smell of lamb.
yeah.
meat.
I'm gonna smell the hummus, the baklava, and the so about these albums.
that was a very funny moment in my life, though. I was very happy to have been kindly interrupted with that. What was the question of the day was, was I offended by Ja Rule trying to say Greek foods, being from Queens and there being diners on every block and him still not being able to pronounce it? I said, no, I was more offended by the fact that they said, let's get Ja Rule. He'll probably do it for the little amount of money we'll give him. And that's just what happened. So,
Yeah, wasn't he Jesus Christ, my freaking
This-
I'm going great here. My camera's
context,
going
this was
awesome.
right after the Fire Fest thing.
Yes, this was right after Firefest. And wasn't that also he did that for free, like for a TV show?
Yeah, to help out a local business during the pandemic. So I do have to give him credit for that. No, I don't, but
All right. How is your gyros over there though, James? Are they? I mean, have you ever had a
So-
New York gyro?
I have not had a New York gyro because the only time I've been to New York, I got the full on Duff's experience,
Hmm.
and that was about it.
Really? Wow. That's exciting.
so I assume you were with EA then.
Had to have been.
That's the shot. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna come straight from Knoxville, Tennessee, to come to New York, and I'm gonna know what the hell I'm doing there.
Surprised
Yeah.
you didn't have a gyro.
He's got to have pizza. He's got to have
Yep.
Chicago
Yeah.
pizza.
Yes. It's still there. I still got it. I still got my fastball.
Well, you know what? Mike Torelli from Holy Mother triggered me again on the show. I don't know if you noticed it, because he said, "You remind me of Eddie Trunk." And I was like, what?
Yeah, no. So no. We had to go get the $3 pasta leos, and then we had to go get pizza. So yes, you knew exactly where we had to go. I didn't have no choices in these matters. There was no negotiation. I can't negotiate with the terrorist. All right.
Fair enough.
I was on the ride there. I was the one there, and then we were supposed to go meet Pete at Duff's, and I did not know where the hell I was going.
Pete, meaning Pete Steele?
Yes,
Pete Steele, typo negative and carnivore. Rest in peace.
yes, rest in peace. And I had no idea how to get to Duff's, and EA is about 2 days into a bender here. Just goes. I'm gonna rest my eyes here. Just follow the GPS. The GPS, he never turns it on. He passes out. So guess what I do?
You made your way to Staten Island.
You get the.
I got the fuck out of there. Is what I did.
Oh.
Next thing you know, he wakes up. We're in freaking Virginia.
Oh my god.
That's random.
Oh no, when I was going home, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm dropping
Okay.
you off and going home." And I'm in my little Scion with freaking a 5-speed and no cruise control, just jamming down the interstate, going, "Fuck this shit."
Wow.
What were you so scared of? It's not scary here.
It's not. It was just freaking. I didn't know where I was going. I had literally no clue what the fuck I was. I was in the Bronx,
Yeah. Could've went to the
starting
zoo.
off.
That's a bit of distance from Brooklyn.
Yeah, and then just freaking. I was just like, "Fuck it!" I got on the interstate
It's a-
and drove home.
It's all right. It's understandable. I mean, it was New York. It's not like you had the fortune of going to Philadelphia. So I totally get
Yeah.
where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
no. I've never been to Philadelphia. I actually did spend a month in Pittsburgh though, and holy shit.
Almost good old Bruno.
Well, that's a little different.
It is a lot different. Yes, it is. I'll tell and Lou, I'll tell you.
By the way, I have to thank James because he's the one that told me that Bruno Sammartino was wearing a toupee this whole time while he was champion, and I didn't realize that it actually fell off a couple times.
Yeah, it was
the
a second
run.
Mhm.
I did not realize that was a toupee.
I had no idea. Who knew?
Oh, and for the record, unlike Eddie Chunk, my musical tastes do expand past 1989. Thank you very much.
Are you sure about that?
Say it again.
Are you sure
Are
about
you-
that?
Wait,
No.
no. He's right. One of his favorite bands is still around right now, and they're still making music. So I will give Lou credit, and that's Whitechapel, and they are actually doing a concert in December for the local animal shelter here in Knoxville.
That
Their
is so
hometown.
cool.
Yep, they're doing a local benefit concert for Young Williams Animal Shelter here in Knoxville. So I'm hoping to go to that.
Me
Very
too.
cool.
We're really good to go. On to our show today. We picked two albums that me and Greg kind of forgot we've already done.
Yeah, well, I question whether or not I was on either episode, but,
You were not on the Twisted Into Form episode, so
I was on the one with Forbidden Evil, and I think we did it with Troy. Now that we're talking about,
yeah, we did. So
yeah.
go back into the archives and see what we said compared to what we say now. Go right ahead. But there were different episodes with different people, and now we got more different people on this episode. So it's going to be more fun this time.
Yes.
And this time we put both albums together to battle it out, against each other, because this is their the best two albums that they have, right? I think. And now they get to battle it out. So what were you saying, James?
I was going to say, and you brought in somebody who has about zero knowledge of thrash metal and this band whatsoever. You just said, "Hey, review these two albums," and I'm like, "Where do I even find this music?"
Yeah,
I can't. It's not like I got constant provided of where I can find Project Resurrect.
Oh,
you can find that on Bandcamp.
You can find that on Bandcamp or at Lou's house because he has a CD.
I have it on my phone.
So I have one as well.
And Greg has one, and I have about 190 CDs left. So if anybody
But
wants
one vinyl copy.
and one final copy,
One vinyl copy.
projectresurrect.bandcamp.com or ratsaladreview.com, or just message me at openyourlife@aol.com.
Jesus wept.
He did. All right. Now, on to the albums. Forbidden Evil. I love this album artwork. One of my favorite album covers ever. I also have this t-shirt somewhere. I might not be able to fit into it anymore, but I still have it. Very cool shirt. But I really like this album a lot. Since Lou and James were not on the episode where we talked about this album, one of you two go first, and I'm gonna let James go first. Go ahead.
Golf clap.
Golf claps. Yes, thank you. And then I'm going to be I'm very novice into this genre. I will be completely honest with you on this whole thing, and I'll be first to say I did not enjoy this. I had to take 5 breaks in this freaking album.
What?
Really?
All I could think of was Beavis and Butthead just going, "This sucks."
Oh my god.
I just didn't.
That's
I'm
harsh.
gonna be personally honest. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
You know?
that's fine. That's fine.
And there's people who like this genre, and I know there are, and they're from the Bay Area, and being a former Bay Area guy, I feel it. I understand it. I hope they did well. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I just the singing, the musicality, and everything was awesome. I enjoyed the heck out of that. It was just the singer just all of a sudden just doing he do like few lyrics low, and then he hit a high note every freaking
You had
song.
to. It's 1980. 1988. You have to do.
It's like
88 and 90, yeah.
yeah. So it just it didn't click with me. It just I wasn't feeling it, dog.
Not one
Exactly.
song. Nothing.
Not one song. Now, well, actually, the final song there. Oh God, what was it called
Follow
there?
me. Follow me.
Yeah, Follow Me was actually was probably my favorite song there. Now the second album was far superior in my musical taste, but
Really? Okay.
Yes, I enjoyed that way
Interesting.
way more than the first album. The first album was a slog. I actually had to stop and go to the second album to listen to that just to kind of get through it. So
Wow.
it's just not my cup of tea. But I grew up more death metal and black metal and all that stuff. So it's just not my.
See, that's weird because black metal and death metal both are fast metal music, and
It wasn't the
thrash.
speed. It wasn't the speed that bothered me. No, it was
I get
just
the vocals. I get it. If you're not used
the
to
the vocals threw me off.
wailing,
Yeah.
And
operatic
thrash
type
metal
vocals.
is not true cult like black metal.
Exactly. It
Yeah,
tries
they know how to
it's-
play
it's
their
a-
instruments. It's a major difference.
it's a cult like.
And they actually produced this on like a regular where they went to a studio and did this, not on like a a little.
They
4-track.
weren't screaming into a 1986 Bell Atlantic model
Yeah.
answering machine. Only 10 copies released on microcassette.
Oh, it was Betamax. Get it right.
Betamax. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
boy.
but that was my thoughts of the first album. I thought the album art was awesome. I think their whole story about them being like the holy trinity of thrash metal there in the Bay Area with Violence and all those other bands
Yeah.
is really cool. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Just
All right,
one-
fine.
Not my cup of tea.
It's all right. Lou.
Yes.
All right. What do you think about Forbidden Evil? Have you ever heard about Forbidden? Did you ever
I
know the
had
band?
heard of Forbidden. I had never heard Forbidden up until, and once again, like the Halloween discography, Wayne brought it to my attention for me to review, which unfortunately gets back to a joke that between James and I. What are you listening to now? Well, whatever Wayne's got me reviewing for the show. But I will say this, unlike James, I did enjoy Forbidden, but like James, I preferred the second album, Twisted into Form, more than Forbidden Evil. Not that I'm taking anything away from Forbidden Evil, it is a very good album. One of the comments that I have about it is I could see how they might have missed the cut with the big four, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer, even though I think they actually kind of started around the same time. So I could see how Forbidden might get lumped into like the second tier of Bay Area thrash metal. But my personal opinion, it's not second tier to anything. It stands on its own. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I am a huge love Dave Lombardo.
Mhm.
Probably I would say he's my favorite thrash metal drummer, but I've always loved Paul Bostap's drumming maybe a little bit more, just because I think how do I explain this, Wayne? That because you're a drummer, so you would probably understand the word I'm trying to say. I'd say there's more precision in his playing.
Okay.
If that makes any
All right.
sense.
All right. I guess. He just a totally different style. I mean, it's still the same thrash type style, but he has a bit more of he has his own thing. I don't even know how to describe that really. But
I enjoy hearing his drumming, and I really think that it makes the songs stand out on both albums. I mean, everyone on the album is great. Tim Calvert, rest in peace, and but I just love hearing Paul Bostap's playing on these albums, and I think hearing him, especially in his formative years in his career, just made me enjoy it that much more, because I got to hear where he came from before playing on Divine Intervention. So yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely a good replacement for you just
Dave
said his
Lombardo.
name. Dave Lombardo, thank you. I drew a blank there for a
I
moment.
just said his name.
I know. It's just lost my head. Do you have favorite songs off the album?
Actually, my favorite song off the album is the same one as James. Follow Me. That was my favorite one.
What is wrong with you guys? Chalice of Blood doesn't get you up and fucking through eyes.
That's
of
my
glass?
second favorite song on the
Yeah, I mean
album.
that was it. Just for me, like I just was listening to it, just going like, I've heard this done better in other bands, and
Ouch.
and that's
Done
I don't
better
get it.
in terms of what though? Just
I
out
just-
of curiosity.
just I thought musicality. I think for me, like I understand what thrash is trying to do. I really do. I just feel like the songs mostly were, I think, more simplistic, and they're very repetitive. Every song had like the same. I felt like the guitar riff was very, very formulaic and basic, and like all of them were very similar. And
I
just
think
every
they
song rolled on and rolled on and rolled on. And it was just like the same song, different lyrics, or tuned in a different way, or using a different chord. So I felt like that's what kind of that's what threw me off, and that's completely me being a band geek going like, oh, you can do more with this. But
Interesting. Because when I listen to this album, I can tell what song is what, you know, because like you say, it's a
me
lot of thrash
too, yeah.
bands. Yeah, a lot of thrash bands do make almost the same song throughout the whole album, and you can't differentiate each song from each other. But on this album, I think you can totally tell what song is what. To me,
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that sets them apart really from the vast majority of the other Bay Area bands is they had a little bit more of a progressive bent to them, even on the first one, Forbidden Evil.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I agree with you, Greg. Chalice of Blood as an awesome opening track.
Dude,
You
just
know,
great. Yeah.
Just awesome. And then that middle part where the vocalist, he goes for that high note. What's his name?
Russ Anderson.
Russ Anderson. Yeah. He goes for that high note, and it's almost like he doesn't get there, but then all of a sudden he hits it, you know, and
Yep.
I just love when he does that stuff. And I like that, the kind of operatic type vocals, especially with the thrash music, because it's different. You know, he just doesn't have that like screaming and yelling type thing.
Exactly. And I compared him a little bit to John Connolly earlier, but
right.
I like Russ Anderson more because he does more of that operatic thing. He doesn't really do a whole lot of the high pitched wails. Like he'll sing in a higher pitch, but it's more melodic. I like how it flows with the riffs and the rhythms when he does that.
Yeah, it's good. Off the Edge. What's that, Lou?
I was gonna say his vocals kind of reminded me of the vocalist from Sarathungal a little bit, like especially when he does the screams, not when he does the singing. Yeah. So yeah, definitely an original take for a thrash metal vocalist.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't compare him to Titanium. I can't compare him to Chuck Billy. I can't compare him to Joey. I definitely can't compare him to Dave or James or Tom. You know, he stands on his own. So, you know, I appreciated his attack.
Definitely has his own vocal style. Off the Edge, another great song. The chorus, a little bit annoying, but it's an awesome chorus. I love it.
You know, the way Craig plays the guitar riffs during the chorus part of it make up for the annoying vocals. Frankly, I feel like it makes it fit a little bit better.
Yeah. Through the Eyes of Glass is okay. Forbidden Evil.
Okay. Through Eyes of Glass.
I love
is one of the best songs.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm just fucking with you.
I thought actually through the Eyes of Glass was actually really interesting for me because like I enjoyed listening to the bass riffs in it. Well, there was actually a break in actually doing bass riffs, which is rare in other genres of music. No one really cares about the bassist, but bassist lives matter, and I'm there for it. It just was that. I mean, I think that's what really threw me off with the first one was that I feel like when you're hitting it, the vocalist for me was annoying. It really threw me off from the rest of the music, but that's my opinion. And I have assholes are, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. So that's my wrong one. And I'll die on that hill for it.
Sounds like Harrison Bergeron's here.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah, Harry. My opinion on Through Eyes of Glass. I wrote, I'm very mad at myself for only discovering Forbidden now. But the beginning of Over the Edge, I thought the killer clowns are coming to get me. It was a little crazy, but I liked it.
No, Greg, I do like Through the Eyes of Glass. I love every song on here. This album to me is perfect 10. But obviously, there's some songs I like over the others. But
me too. Forbidden Evil's great as well.
Forbidden Evil's awesome song. When you name a name of your song, the name of the album, it has to be good, and thankfully that's what this song is. It's a great song.
Yep, and that's actually one of their older tracks that comes from their days when they were still called Forbidden Evil.
Oh, yes, right.
When a certain
I was
member
gonna
of
mention this. Yes.
when a certain former member of Violence and Machine Head was a member of the band and writing songs. Which, by the way, I'd just like to say for the record that he hasn't written anything good since Violence. Sorry, Wayne. I know you feel otherwise, but that's just my opinion.
I love the galloping in the verses on this song. I also really love the ending where they do that double guitar thing at the end.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it has like a Merciful Fate type sound to it.
It does a little bit.
So I really
Kind of like
that a lot. Maybe-
a little bit of Satan's Fall, and it reminds me a lot of Melissa.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something from Don't Break the Oath. Maybe like Dangerous Meeting or something.
Yeah, Dangerous Meeting's another good example too.
Like March in the Fire, Feel No Pain. As Good as Dead. I
That's a
never really-
great one.
It is a good one, but I really never paid attention to the lyrics until now because we obviously listened to this song, to
Right.
the album, and man, it really fits with what's going on now, and especially with Afghanistan or with everything, with all the shit that happened with the kids.
Ooh,
and-
topical.
very topical.
Oh no, we're being topical here.
We are.
Well, I'm bringing it back to the metal. I said about this song, if I were to take the Do Not Headbang challenge, I lose the moment the vocals kick in.
Yeah, that's my favorite song on the Ultimate Revenge 2 video. That's great live.
Yeah, it's an awesome song. Just that the freaking the lyrics, man, they just still work today. It's ridiculous. And then the song that most of us, except for James, seem to all agree on. Well, I guess. What about you, Greg? Is this one of your favorites? Follow Me.
Follow Me? Yeah.
Definitely.
But this is the one James said he did like.
That's the one I said.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
did
right.
like.
I'm
Follow
sorry.
Me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let
It
me
was
not
just-
edit this.
Recon Rain. Recon Rain. Recon Wayne.
recount. No, and like I said, it wasn't that I felt like, especially at the beginning, like with after Chalice of Blood, it felt very the same song over and
I
over and
get you,
over
I
with
get
different
you.
lyrics,
So,
and it just wasn't. I didn't like it. Now everyone will say the same thing about other bands that I like, so whatever.
Well, in James's defense, I could see why you would say that because, mid to late 80s, early 90s, that's where all the thrash bands came out. And if you're only discovering some of them now, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, yeah, I've heard stuff like this before. But, at the time, it was different.
In my defense, I was 4 when this was out.
and you
I
were
was
hearing it?
4.
What the hell's the matter with you? What were you doing?
Yeah,
He was playing with his G.I. Joes. He was playing with his He-Mans.
We watching Muppet
literally
Babies?
in San Jose,
Muppet
California.
Baby.
playing
Wayne,
with
don't
my
knock
freaking
Muppet
G.I.
Babies.
Joes. What do you want from me here? Okay, I was literally an hour south in the bottom part of the bay when this was happening.
Down by the bay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't hear this until, God, it must have been like 94. So I was a little late myself.
Yeah, I didn't hear Forbidden until the late 90s.
Yeah. So.
But I did hear them, relatively early as far as getting into thrash goes.
Yeah. But Follow Me, great ending to the album. I love that acoustic intro. I love the verses and the part where the guitars follow the vocal line, and then the chorus. Awesome. I just like how he sings all the lyrics all like one at a time kind of thing. You don't really hear too many songs do that, with the lyrics like that. And it's very unique. And I think it's a very awesome song and great ending to the album. And that album is a perfect 10 to me. I love this thing. I just love every single song off of this thing. Sorry.
I
James.
agree.
I give it a
Yeah,
10 too.
You can say I suck. I don't care. I mean,
You do suck. This is
Hey,
the last show you'll be on.
Until the next one, James.
Yeah,
Until
how
the next
dare he
one I'm on.
disrespect Through Eyes of Glass.
I know it is. He's a very disrespectful
Love
person.
that song.
Honestly.
very.
Very
I come in and Shanghai shows and do Irish goodbyes. I know.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful.
I
supposed to
can
come on the
attest to
show.
that.
Yeah.
But James was nothing but respectful. So sorry,
supposed to come
don't
on
mean to
here.
blow your cover. I don't mean to blow kayfabe, James.
Damn it!
Uh-oh, he's about to go Iron Sheik, baby, on me.
How
Baba.
dare you, Baba?
You're supposed to come on here and agree with everything that we say.
Yes. At
Well,
least
James
when it's
is-
about Forbidden.
What
course.
James is saying in his Iron Sheik voice, fuck the jabroni, Wayne.
Fuck the jabroni way of being a guest to be a polite. Hakatui.
No, it's good. It's cool because I like to hear people's different opinions. I like, why wouldn't you like this? And I
Yeah.
get why you don't. So it's cool. I don't mind.
Yeah.
And let's
I don't know.
and I will definitely just blow another thing of me. My first quote unquote metal album was when I was like 13, and it was the Black Album. So I mean,
Oh,
that was my
well.
gate. That was my gateway drug.
Oh,
So wait. I was 13. So,
great.
you
That's
know,
a lot of people's gateway album. You can't knock it.
yeah, and
It's
it
kind
just
of
and I
mine
kind
too,
of went
almost.
the other way.
No,
Instead of
I
going
can talk
thrash,
as much shit
I
about
went the
that
other
album
way.
as I
Oh,
want. but-
okay, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when you know, when you got to the crossroads of will you go thrash or will you go, you know, more dark, I went the other way.
Yeah.
and went into there with the, you know, and that was when I found Old Man's Child and Meshuggah and all that shit. So
Mm.
yeah. I went the other direction.
It's funny though, because the Black Album was pretty much my lead into metal almost too. You know, I mean, I listened to Def Leppard, and those first few Def Leppard albums, I consider them metal. You know,
Yeah.
but Metallica is what got me more into metal. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I get it.
And,
just
went
like,
the
and
other
like
way. It went all
in the
over the
first
place.
in the first thrash album was Metallica's, you know, Seek and Destroy album, or you know, that
Kill 'Em All.
Kill 'Em All one. Yeah, sorry, I call it Seek and Destroy album because I don't think of it as Kill 'Em All. So, but it was that because of the Sharks games, again, as a kid going to those games, and that's the song that they come out to is that.
Mm.
So yeah, the Shark Head comes out, they blast Seek and Destroy, and they come out through the Shark's Head. It's freaking awesome. So you know, hearing the riff did that, and then yeah, I'm like, oh, all right, that's fucking awesome. Let's fucking go.
All right. Moving on to Forbidden, Twisted into Form.
Yes, thank God.
Thank God.
No,
Uh,
so okay, so let
ahead.
and let me. I enjoyed this more
What?
because yeah,
You want to start that over? Did you have a mini stroke?
yeah, I did have a mini stroke there.
So yeah, there.
Yeah, and okay, I just enjoyed this more because you can hear the differences in what they were trying to do. This one was way more melodic. This one had a lot more. It was slower. Not you know, and not saying that that's a thing of like, oh, they're supposed to go slower. Like I like it
Right.
because they go. I just felt like it was
typical.
more technical, more precise, and I just thought it was a better album. I thought it was mixed better. I thought the sounds better. I just think they grew from the first album, and I enjoyed it a lot more.
You can definitely tell there's a little bit of a change, and you're right. They slowed down a little bit on here, which you know a lot of bands do on their second album. They try to get more, you know, I guess more commercial in a way. Not that
Not
this is
Coroner.
commercial at all.
Well,
Coroner.
No, not Corner, and well, not really Forbidden either. I mean, they go a little bit. They definitely evolve here and go a little bit more progressive, but there's nothing commercial about this,
No.
really. I would.
No.
I
that,
mean,
that first
it
song
is
is
gonna
definitely
be-
not commercial.
No, I don't mean they're gonna be played
Step
on the
by
radio, but
Step is a definite single, but
Right.
it's not some bullshit like Sanitarium.
right.
you
No,
know,
I didn't mean it in that kind of way. I just meant that they want to get more ears on the music, you know. So
Right.
it would open them up to you know other people. So yeah. So anyway, so James, you like this one a lot more.
Oh,
you have-
much better. Yeah, I actually listened to this one completely through. So first time listened completely through. I didn't have to take a break on it. I didn't have to take the Jim Cornette break. I didn't have to do that through this album.
This doesn't get the tooth and nail rule.
This is not
Outlaw
the tooth and nail
Mud
rule.
Metal.
This is not outlaw mud metal. And you know the whole like the way it starts is completely different. The way you know Infinite works and you go the out of body and then into Step by Step. It flows a lot better. I felt it more flowing.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to hear what she said. She needs something.
She wants a DoorDash code.
Oh, well, tell us. We can order DoorDash. All right. So, you know what, Lou?
Yes.
What do you think of Twisted into Form?
As I mentioned, I have to give this album a perfect 10 too. Although I liked it more than Forbidden Evil. I know Tim Calvert was on this record. I'm a fan of the stuff that he did with Nevermore too. I've always liked his guitar playing. Very sad that he's no longer with us. And if there's one thing I could say about the riffs on this album compared to the first one, I like them more. I think he had a lot to do with it because of the way he played them. And again, just the 5 musicians playing together sounded like a more cohesive unit, more focused than they were on the first album. And, I just enjoyed it more. And, track by track, I don't have anything bad to say about any of these songs.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame you. There really isn't anything bad to say. You can't. Everything's good. Greg?
I give it a 10 too, and really both of these are even for me. And the whole reason I couldn't really say I like Forbidden Evil more is because I heard that one first, so it blew my mind first. But really, the only criticism I would have about this, while I like that they got a little bit more melodic, a little bit more tuneful with what they were doing, with the guitars. There's 1 or 2 spots like on One Foot in Hell where it really doesn't bother me per se, but a couple of transitions sound a little clunky. I think because it's more slowed down, whereas on Forbidden Evil they were, just ripping it out.
They didn't have time to slow down.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't dislike any of the songs. That's just one thing I noticed as I was listening to it today.
Yeah, that's what both of them. There is no bad songs in either album.
No, they're great. I mean, they're literally 2 parts of the same album for me.
Right.
Even when I would take these around in my Walkman in my car and shit, I'd always take both of them at the same time.
Yeah. James, did you have any favorite songs off of this?
I thought I really enjoyed the beginning of it. I'm having to look up the names of it because I didn't really. So when I was listening to this while I was working, which is kind of a weird thing. So I didn't get to actually hear what the name of the songs. I actually enjoyed Out of Body more than anything there. So I really enjoyed that song. And it for me, it's just more of a. I enjoy more melodic. I appreciate when they, when everything works together, and is more cohesive with melodies and everything like that. Once again, band geek. I get off on that type of shit. So
totally understand. What about you, Lou? What's some of your favorite songs on here? I mean, I do, you like them all, but
well, if I were to I would have to say Tossed Away, I thought was a track that really stood out to me. And the one thing I said about One Foot in Hell, I will say this. The fact that this band can make E standard tuning sound morbid is a testament, no pun intended, to their greatness.
See what you did
one
there.
thing, yes, I did. But I will say this though, there is a Testament connection. There is Paul Bostaph, who was I think he played on Testament's reunion album in 2008, and Glenn Alveles, is that how you pronounce his last name?
I think.
Yeah, he played on Low, I think, right? Or
yes.
Yeah. So, I could see that there's a big, Testament connection there, which again is why I said no pun intended to my review of the last track. James,
I mean, and it just goes to show you,
I'm still here.
How great Forbidden is because of the amazing jump in quality between The Ritual and Low.
I like The Ritual,
but this isn't about Test to Suck. This is about Forbidden.
Did you like The Gathering at least?
Just kidding, Chuck Billy. I like The Legacy, The New Order, Gathering, Low, about half a Demonic, and Souls of Black.
No Gathering. Okay.
No, I said Gathering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll take it.
Yeah. No, I hate Practice What You Preach with a Passion. That's the one I left out. Ooh, my ass. Metallica has never had their cock sucked harder than they have on Testament's Practice What You Preach. I mean, it is just by the numbers, blueprint. How do we make an album that sounds the most we can like Metallica? And I ride them so hard about it because there are songs on the New Order and the Legacy, which are great, and they were better than doing what they did on Practice What You Preach, but they took the easy way out.
I kind of agree with you. But I still like the album though. Some cool
And
stuff.
now we bring it back
It's
to Forbidden.
Not your first time being wrong, I'm sure, but yes, back to
It won't be
Forbidden.
my last either.
Yeah.
That's the Ralph Vieira approach.
Step by Step is my personal favorite from this album.
I love that
but-
song by New Kids on the Block. What? Who said that? Not just kidding.
And the
I,
title
I
track.
enjoyed the TV show on TGIF Fridays on ABC.
Yeah, that's what it always reminded me of. Yeah. But speaking of Testament, that song does feel like it has a Testament type vibe to it. I hear Testament in that song.
A little bit. I mean, Forbidden, Testament, you know,
They kind of, on this
original
album, there's a lot of-
Zetro era Exodus around this time period too, like Fabulous, Disaster, and Impact is Imminent. They all kind of shared, not that they copied each other, but kind of similar themes and thing like that. You know, I feel there's this very distinctive like 87 to 90 Bay Area sound with a couple of these bands that had more technical guitar players.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I will say this: the instrumental tracks on this are really good. I mean,
Yes.
there's some
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
instrumentation going on there.
I was getting a lot of Megadeth vibes, which I just, that's just me because of that. When I think of this genre, I think Megadeth, and for me, like I can see why everybody had like the same thing. So like I'm going off of what Greg was saying, was that all these guys went to the same show. You saw that you could tell all these guys heard the same music and they were listening to each other play because they all sounded exactly the same when they got unleashed to the world out of this angry little area of the Bay Area, which is now full of yuppies and homeless people.
Comparable to the New York hardcore scene.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like pretty much every song in here. Tossed Away though, that's my second favorite song on here.
That's a
agree.
great song too.
I think Lou, that was yours too, right?
That was my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite one. Yeah, I remember when I first heard this album, that song always stuck out to me, and it kind of also, this one has like a Anthrax type feel to it. I think like in the chorus.
I can see it.
Yeah, I didn't
I
think
could-
of that before.
I was getting Anthrax vibes through
Yeah.
the ending of this album. I was getting a lot of that. I was like, oh, this sounds a lot like Anthrax.
Yeah. Which is why I like them, because like again, they have that operatic vocals, which Anthrax does have, not to the point of this, but it's very similar. And then One Foot in Hell, it's not as good as the ending on the last album, Follow Me, but still, it's a great song. It's got a great ending to it and everything. So
it's one of their most ambitious songs for sure. And yeah,
I think the whole album is. I mean, I don't like the way it's produced. I think it doesn't sound as good as
no.
I like
And I agree with you there. And that's one thing I was going to bring up too. For one, it's noticeably quieter.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I don't like that. I like the other sound better.
It robs them of some of their power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the instruments on Forbidden Evil a little bit more clearer, I think, and with this one it's a little bit muffled, but it doesn't take away from the music. And also too, I liked how the first album, every song was thrash, very fast songs through the whole thing. This one, maybe a little too much back and forth with the thrash, and then like the mid-pace type songs and just like the metal type songs. But still, it's a great album. I'm not going to give it a 10. I could really, because I do love every single song. But for me, Forbidden Evil is going to win this battle.
I liked it because of the tempo changes. I mean, I'm a sucker for melody and dynamics, and being a former band geek like James, I ate it up. I will say this though, Infinite was a killer opener. I just felt like it ended abruptly, and it just left you wanting more. Then as soon as Out of Body, Out of Mind comes in, then I wrote, then this comes in and kicks you right in the nuts. So,
No, one song after the other. It's just endless onslaught of just great songs.
Yeah. So this gets a 10 from me too. I mean, as Forbidden Evil.
Yeah. And Really, Forbidden as a band is one of my favorites of all time. I like them better than at least half of the big four.
But it's a shame
But
though. Like after these two albums, they completely changed. The next album,
but they still did it great. I love Green and I love Distortion.
I'm really surprised that you like Green.
It's a great record.
Really,
little weird and doomier for Forbidden for sure, but no, I think that's a great album. The only one of theirs I actually find a little lacking is Omega Wave, because while that is a good album, I think they were a little too conscious of the fact it was a reunion album, and they tried to repeat a couple parts of Forbidden Evil almost verbatim, and didn't quite work how they tried to incorporate it into a couple of songs. But I'd still give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was happy to see them reunite, but then they broke up again, so that sucks.
That's okay. I don't need them upsetting me with their legacy. You know, I don't need a risk from Forbidden. I've already gotten that from Megadeth.
I mean, not every band can be frozen in time and then sent out, and you like Slayer and just go, and they just come out. Well, what year is it? Oh, it's 1992. Okay, go make an album.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're definitely probably one of those bands that just, we're happy with what they released and let it just be now. James, what would you give this album?
I hate using the number system, but
then use the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Even better. So I'm gonna put this in between English Lit, which is what 805, and yeah.
And then
I think car
repair.
At the end, we'll figure it out with Common Core. So hurry up.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll have to do that with a block system or some stupid shit. Yeah. Cool. Do it right. Anyway, for the first album, because I didn't give one for the first album, even though I didn't like it, I respect what they were trying to do. So I mean, I'm way hard. I don't give anything a perfect 10. I'm gonna be right out there. I am the Russian judge in everything. I am not freaking giving 10s out for shit. So you're gonna have to be like, it's gonna have to be something that's gonna blow my mind and freaking give me an existential thing. So I'll give Forbidden Evil a 7.0. Like I said, it's just there were some things in there I didn't like. I just didn't like how it was mixed, and I didn't like how the vocal.
Coming from you saying that you really didn't like it, it's giving it a 7.
I mean, it's good. It's just I can take my opinions of what I like out of this and be more, above. I can think of it more macro than just micro. I thought the second one was way better though, so I'm giving that a 9.0. I like I said with what Lou said was just everything. I disagree with your everything sounding worse. I thought it sounded much better because it sounded like they were doing this in a studio instead of and not just one microphone in a studio, but everybody actually having their own microphone. But it was just, for me, I thought it was a better album. I just thought top to bottom it was better because they had more experience and they were just they knew what they were doing in there, and I felt like it was just that it was their masterpiece. Whereas Forbidden Evil is great, it's just not. I think they left a lot on the table.
It definitely doesn't suffer from the sophomore slump.
Absolutely not.
Not at all. Lou?
I gave it a 10.
Okay. Lou?
I gave it a 10.
Okay. Lou?
I gave it a 10.
Hey, are you sure you're not talking about the Forbidden Evil album again there?
I gave it a 10.
Again and again.
I gave it a 10. I gave it a 10. Can we please move on?
Yep, Forbidden Evil wins. Thanks for playing.
I think it does, right? Greg, you give that a 10. You give both of them.
Yeah.
10, so,
I don't care. My album lost in there. My opinions are not valid here on Rat Salad Review.
But
that's not true.
Well, no, and the funny thing is, actually, the vast majority of people out there would agree with you guys that Twisted in the Form is the better of the two. And really, like I said, I don't actually like one better than the other in terms of, I think the musicianship's way better or something like that. It's just I heard Forbidden Evil first, and it's a little speedier. So,
and that's your kind of thing. So to quote Jim Cornette again, it's that type that it's the thing that you like. So that's the thing that people are going to do. So that's the thing you like. you're happy with it. I just butchered that saying altogether, but
You did.
it's okay.
I went into another world.
all
when I
right.
said that. I forgot which one I heard first. I might have heard Twisted into Form first. I don't know. I don't remember. But whatever. Forbidden Evil's the best one.
Yeah. How do you know which one you've listened to first with the mountain of CDs in the background?
I keep telling people it's not mine. It's fake. This is one of those backgrounds.
Sure.
You add to the-
Okay, got it.
There's really not that many. I mean, it looks more than there is.
It's a freaking library.
No, it's not. It's not that bad. Greg's probably got more records than I do.
Okay, but they're not in
Just
nice
don't see them.
display there with a nice little old lady there and make
He's
sure they're
just hiding
dusted and making sure that they're all in
Nice
proper.
little old
gooey
lady
sense.
to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guadalupe.
Greg is not bragging
missed the
about his
spot.
record collection, unlike you do. He's just bragging about his Nagel painting.
Yeah,
Yes.
Brains about that.
Although I do have both of these Forbidden albums on Under One Flag, which is hard to get. So that's pretty fucking cool.
From Japan.
Are those original pressings?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
from like 88 and 90?
Yeah.
They are, Lou. He wouldn't
Yeah.
buy anything new.
It's just there.
No, it's out of the sleeve.
I was curious about the reissues they did of these, but they're not remastered or anything. They just took the same masters and repressed them on green and yellow vinyl. I want no parts of it.
No
But
sense.
the difference here is the UK ones, which this is on Under One Flag instead of Combat.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything else?
Forbidden kicks ass, but no.
Maybe.
Oh, I do like the cover to Twisted in the Form better.
Yeah, I like
though.
that one.
That
Do you like
that
that
cover
one
is
better?
awesome.
I like the other one better.
I like both of them. I love the Forbidden Evil cover, but I think Twisted in the Form looks cooler and more forbidding, actually.
You
There
say
was-
it's more verboten. Yeah.
There is
Sure, Kaiser.
there is, there is one song that Forbidden did that I actually do remember hearing now. If anybody remembers when Century Media released their Judas Priest tribute records, they were on the second one and they covered my favorite Judas Priest song of all time, Dissident Aggressor. And they did a killer job of it. So, you know,
I could see them doing that because like especially when they were doing the chugging, I saw like they're doing homage to Judas Priest.
and then Priest actually just added that back into their set list for their 50th anniversary tour. So
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I never heard that though.
And they also played Invader live for the first time since 1979.
Wait a minute, they
Okay.
actually did have it in their set list before?
Yeah,
And-
on
oh.
the Stained Class tour, and I
Hmm.
believe they may even played it at a couple shows on the Hellbent for Leather tour, and so was White Heat Red Hot. But I doubt they'll ever play that again because I think KK was the one that really liked that song. So, and it's one of my favorites from Stained Class, but I don't hold out any hope of ever seeing them do it live.
Maybe KK's Priest, you can see them do it live.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
By the way, just wanted to say
Oh,
get well soon to Eric Wagner, formerly of Trouble, who's now hospitalized with COVID pneumonia.
oh, geez.
No.
Yeah,
Not
let's hope he pulls through.
Yeah, I
Cool.
really hope he does, man. Eric's a good dude and a great vocalist.
Always kind of Lou bringing the bad news at the end of the show.
No, I wasn't bringing bad news. I was bringing hope.
That boy,
He's bringing news of hope.
hope.
Anything else?
No.
Great.
Anything
Okay,
else?
so-
Well,
What?
one good piece of good news.
What's that?
Holy Mother's Toxic Rain finally got it in the mail. Great
Oh, very
album.
good. Congratulations.
There
Is
you
it
go.
signed?
No, but I could get it signed very easily. They all live on Long Island.
Oh, there you go. Good. Perfect.
You can just throw the CD down there and say, sign it.
Well, only two of the current members were on this record, so
Oh, so you're not one of those people that have members that aren't on an album sign it, are you?
no, I would never
am.
do
Who the
that.
hell cares?
What do you mean, who the hell cares? I would never have somebody that's not on an album sign something they're not on.
So what?
It's like
I
a slap
mean-
in the face.
Yeah, that
Slap in the face to who?
The people
Would
who
you,
originally-
as
the art-
Vinnie
the-
Vincent, to sign your copy of Kiss Alive?
No, but
Why would
Yes.
why would you have an
If-
He has to
artist?
think
wait, wait, wait.
about it.
Why would you have an artist sign something that is not their art?
because if I buy a reissue of a certain album at a band show and that's all they fucking have, and I like the current lineup, I'm gonna have them sign the reissue of that fucking record because there's nothing else for them to sign. Am I just gonna say, yeah, fuck it because he's not on it? No, if that's my only choice, I'm going with it.
That's a valid reason.
That's valid.
I guess.
See, we
Yeah,
talk
and
things
that-
through on Red
and
Sox.
that's
Yeah,
how
we
it's
work
ended up a
through
couple
our
times,
differences here.
so.
All right. I mean, you know, it's not December 23rd yet, so we can't air our grievances just yet. But you know,
But no, I mean, there's little shit that drives me crazy, like the Diamond Head Lightning to the Nations I have that's only signed by Sean. Someone was like, "Oh, you should get Brian to sign it now." No, fuck that. Brian can sign something else. I mean, yes, he's on that record, but originally it was only Sean's signature on that particular one. So I'm not gonna have him sign it fucking 40 years later. That's just dumb.
I don't know. See, no, I would because he was on it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
oh,
Now, I mean, the first press copies of the album are like artifacts, dude. That's like I wouldn't take a white border press of Merciful Fate's first EP and have King Diamond sign it now.
Well, I would. Why not?
Does it devalue
same-
the rare? Does it devalue that record that much? if it
Actually,
were to get signed?
technically, yes. If you don't have a certificate of authenticity with it.
And at one time, I went to go see a band, and they were selling their CDs, and I specifically made sure I bought the newest one. So if I did get to meet the band, they would sign it, and I did. They all came out the back and signed the thing.
Oh, not unlike the time that you chased Danny Lobel down the street from Virgin Megazord so he could sign your copy of the recent Halloween album.
It never happened.
I
was
know, just
walking down the
exaggerating.
street, Lou. I had the CD in my pocket already. I already owned it. I was walking down the street.
And then a street hustler walked up to him and said, "Hey man, what be this and what be that and why you gotta look like that?"
You crazy Americans with your autograph handing.
He just happened to be walking down the street. You know.
yeah,
what am I gonna do?
just so happened to be there, and I just so happened to have the same thing that I needed signed, and you know, just saw him there. You know,
Don't have a Sharpie? Wait, I got one.
He was playing the show that night. I mean, whatever. Don't
that
be
was
jealous.
that was like me who got like when I had the original Motivator album, and I had like all the members except for Ivan on there. And then he's the one who actually goes on to be famous, and everybody else just fades away.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's-
So of course, he wasn't going to be shilling CDs because he was better than everybody else. So
Man, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I really did like that first album at the time though, and they put on a hell of a show.
God, I saw them. So I saw them 03 Ozfest in Atlanta, Georgia, and they were like the third act up, and it was like Shadows Fall was the opening act
That's
at
a
9
crime.
o'clock. 9 o'clock, and the second stage finale was like oh god, was it Cradle of Filth or something like that? God, it was awful.
Yeah, Voivod and Cradle of Filth were the two headline acts on the second stage. I went
Yeah.
to the Connecticut one.
Yeah, Shadows Fall was the opening act. 9 o'clock, nobody was there, and freaking like like that part of Atlanta, nothing was open. So like this like gas station literally started selling hot dogs for breakfast. There's a bunch of hungry metal kids needing breakfast before they go to a show. Feed them.
too
That's
funny.
funny.
All right, well, let's get out of here. James, we know nothing's going on beyond Bushido, so we won't even bother with that one right now.
Well, you know, you can. I mean, you can still watch. You know, the
I
episodes
guess
are
you
still
can do
up.
that.
You know,
Where
you
are
can
they?
still
though?
watch
They're not on
it.
YouTube.
They because fucking YouTube won't let us have them. So you know what? The YouTube is a jabroni. They like be buying Blair. Ah, tooey.
You can always go
Anyway,
on BitChute.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
could. Why don't you go on BitChute?
But
Actually.
you go to Facebook. We have a wonderful Facebook page full of interesting videos, and all of our episodes are up there because they won't take them down. And we are hopefully one of these days going to get back online once EA, gets things with his mother. Hopefully she starts, getting better and we can get all that stuff. Please donate, please, so I can actually have my show back. I need my co-host, and then once everything goes there, I've actually, they haven't seen it yet. I actually redid my 2011 iMac to actually do dual screening streaming for this show. So I'm actually am putting money into it to actually make this show better. I found my old Mac from college and decided to upgrade it.
Very good. Cool.
And hopefully that means no more 5-second delay Pepsi challenges with EA anymore.
There will always be the 5-second Pepsi challenge. That is part of the je ne sais quoi of our show. Is it's going to be his fault this time.
I mean,
Finally,
it's not
his
James's fault. Look, James has been here the whole time. He's been fine.
I know.
We know who the problem is.
we always knew who the problem was.
Very obvious.
It's the same problem for all of us for how many years now?
It's terrible.
Too long.
He came on Harry Barnett's show. I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you mean my
Your
doppelganger show?
Yes, yeah. And Eric was trying to tell a story, and you couldn't hear anything that he was saying. It was just it was terrible.
Horrible.
Horrible. Yeah.
And that's when I paid off the guy so he could what?
He'll always bring up your radio.
Sucked it out of a hose, huh?
All right, Lou, where can we find Music is Life?
musicisLifepodcast.com. And as always, I spread the good word of ratsalereview.com. And at the end of every episode, James, I want you to know I do spread the good word of Beyond Bushido.
You do, and I thank you for that.
But he does it anyway.
He does it anyway. Well, because he is part of the show. He's just not always on the show.
Actually, he's the only one that remembers all the shows on the network.
It's true.
I never have to because they both talk before I do, so it works for me.
Go to ratsalereview.com. Check out some of the other podcasts that we have on the show, including Beyond Bushido, The Right Opinion, and also Suck My Balls, the South Park podcast. You can check out my podcast too, Music is Life podcast. And am I missing any? All Man Metal's Musings.
Yes. And The Right Opinion. And if Ralph Vieira ever comes back, to Vieira Vault.
And Vieira Vault. By the way, whatever happened to the Infinite Fringe? What was that?
I don't know. He's on another. He's got another thing going.
He's on an Infinite Fringe. I got it. Okay.
Pretty much. He started another a live thing. And
Infinite
Fringe. Those shows I couldn't put on here, so it was just too confusing. So I just stopped doing it altogether.
All right.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
And hopefully one of these days Wayne will bring back Rat Salad Review Theater, and we can piss off another egotistical.
We were supposed to do Doc and Breaking the Chains. We never did that.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. We need to do that though.
Yeah.
we can always make that happen.
We need to make that happen, because that was one of the funner things was and I'm using terrible English on purpose. It was that and having the lead singer try to use fake accounts to try to troll us was the best thing ever.
Wait,
it's
what?
the greatest thing ever. And he still tries to say it wasn't him, and he's not Shaggy. It was him.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Grave Danger.
Grave Danger.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't see that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's the greatest thing.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
I think that whole day of shooting with that and the whatever the fuck EA found, those two other videos.
Oh,
one was pedophilia.
I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
Oh yeah, the damn Benny Margolis video, and I kept getting cut off and just said fuck it and gave up.
I started doing that on purpose just to see how far I could go with that one.
We still get comments on YouTube about that video, and some people don't understand we're joking. I mean, you guys were pretty serious.
You're joking.
I'm
being
joking.
legit. I think
I know
that
you
was
are,
literally about
but-
trying to have sex with that 13-year-old.
But some people just taking it so seriously, and they get so mad about it. I'm just like, shut up.
Well, in the context of reality, by the end of the second line in the first verse alone, if he didn't leave her alone, he would have gotten the shit beaten out of him. Okay. I mean,
Right.
that is the Creepy McCreeperson theme song.
It is.
I'm
You don't
being
realize
straight
it
up.
until you watch that video. You don't realize it. So it's weird. Yeah,
I
so,
did watch the video and I read the comments on YouTube for
Oh, I'm
like the
talking
actual
about
video itself.
people-
It's hilarious.
people who never seen it. I mean, I never knew there was a video until we watched it on the show.
If you want to call that a video.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that's one of the tamer videos that EA has sent me. I mean, when you have to watch the Puerto Rican Rick Martel training vignette was that freaking video is the weirdest thing because it's freaking it's Heart to Heart by Hall and Oates, him working out to it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh no, excuse me. No, 1-on-1. It's Hall and Oates 1-on-1. And this dude is in short shorts and a tank top running laps in freaking Puerto Rico and doing like push-ups and everything. It is the greatest thing ever.
It's safe to say that for as much good as the 80s have given us, there was just equally as much bad stuff.
Yes.
Of course. All right. So I guess that's it for today's show. But James, you'll be back next week when we have Goldie on.
Yes.
And we're also going to have another guest on too.
Oh.
Can anybody guess?
EA?
No, EA. No, I would not let him on that show. Well, he has terrible network connections.
He has terrible network connections, and
Okay.
that's
The great Harry Barnett.
Is it
got
is it recovering gayfish Kanye West?
No.
he's still stuck in the Georgia Dome or the new Mercedes-Benz Dome.
No, it's the
And he still
Harry
likes
Barnett.
fish sticks. What's that?
So wait.
is the great
You're
Harry
gonna have.
It is
you're
a great
gonna
Harry
have me-
Barnett.
I mean, poor Goldilocks. She's gonna have to like see both of us, and we're gonna have to be like, am I gonna have to like grow out my beard or shave or something like that? So we have good JL and evil JL at the same time.
You'll have maybe make a sign up or something. You can hold it up.
We'll superimpose a swastika on his forehead.
Oh god.
On that note-
Supervillain JL.
All I can think of is
Oh,
now is
this
the
show.
Glorious Bastards.
He's
and
gonna
hearing-
continue with the Irish goodbye. Wayne,
You're
just
dang
keep
right.
going.
You better cut me off, or I'm gonna keep going, boys.
Good night, everybody.
I can do this all night.
Shut up.
RatsOutReview.com. Goodbye. Oh, and TikTok too. And again,
Yeah.
thank you everybody to TikTok. Got a lot of subscribers on there, and I really appreciate everybody. And I'm doing the raffle thing. I will